I want to bring in Senator Tom Cotton. He's a Republican of Arkansas. Here's a little bit of Democrat criticism of President Trump on Greenland.
Europeans think this is diplomacy and this will ultimately
this is
work.
Diplomacy with Donald Trump? He's a T-Rex. You mate with him or he devours you.
Trump is doing this really as a vanity project to try and add to his record another piece on the risk game board.
The president is not making a lot of sense. He wants to possess things. The island of Greenland is not a possession.
Felt like a swing and a miss from the Democrats this week, Senator.
Yeah, Dana. Look, if the upshot of all of this is that the United States has convinced Europe to take security, our common security, more seriously by ensuring that Greenland cannot be used against NATO, that the United States will have more unfettered access to Greenland to help guard that gap that Bill was just pointing out that allows Russia to access the Northern Atlantic, that puts out missile defenses under the new Golden Dome program in Greenland to deter Russian and Chinese aggression. That would be a very good thing for the United States and for Europe, and it would be a very bad thing for Russia and China.
Okay, now the U.S. Trade Representative Jamieson Greer is talking about a new world order. And you start to see a bit of a shape of that happen this week in Switzerland. When you talk about these meetings and you talk about the allies that are built with Gaza or otherwise, here's Greer on a lot of that. Watch.
The reality is we are entering into a new world order. We're entering into a period where some of the economic rules of the past are no longer effective, where some of the security arrangements may need to be rearranged. The idea that somehow these folks would partner with China, that's not realistic. China is a giant exporter. They're not a big importer. China supports Russia economically, and Russia, of course, is fighting a war on Europe's borders. So none of that is very realistic.
So Senator, what do you think is realistic after 48 hours in Davos that we watched together?
Well, Bill, I think Jamieson is largely right. Scott Bessent are doing great work trying to help get better trade deals for the United States. But China's economic warfare has been unmatched by Europe for decades. Russia invaded Ukraine 4 years ago in the heart of Europe. So the Europeans are finally beginning to wake from their slumber, in part because the United States has grabbed them by the lapels and say we have to take these threats from China and Russia seriously. So again, if the upshot of all this is unfettered access to Greenland for the United States to protect not just the United States but our European partners as well, then that will be a very good outcome. It'll be a very good outcome on both sides of the Atlantic, and it will send a message to Russia and China that Europe is finally taking our common security as seriously as the United States always has.
There's also other news because the president had a signing ceremony for his Board of Peace. We can show you here on the board the countries invited to the Board of Peace and who have accepted. There are many there, but there are still some who said they will not join for now, and some have been uncommittal. Based on your position on the Intel Committee, what is your understanding of the scope and scale of this, and also the finances?
Well, Dana, this all comes down to the president's incredible, successful negotiations back in October, led by Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner, to get all the remaining hostages out of Gaza. Trying to build on this now to have a durable and lasting peace in Gaza. That all starts, though, with disarming Hamas. Nothing can happen in Gaza. The people of Gaza can't have a better future. The people of Israel can't live in safety unless Hamas is totally disarmed. The president recognized that. He said they're on the clock. He's only given them 2 or 3 weeks. Once Hamas is totally disarmed, then the members of this board may be able to look to the future of Gaza and try to help the people there build a better future. But you have to start with the disarming of Hamas.
Senator, thank you for your time. And we're thinking about the folks in Arkansas, too. You got at a minimum, you've got an ice storm coming your way. So good luck with that as that storm comes through. Quick comment?
We do. Thank you. And I encourage everyone to be patient and neighborly and helpful and listen to the local authorities and weather forecasts.
Good stuff. Senator, good luck, okay? Thanks for coming on today.
Thank you.
All right.